COPWATCH, policing the police every single day.
Watch, citizen announces he's running against corrupt sheriff, his home is raided, wife kidnapped. After a former deputy announced he was running for sheriff, his home was raided and his wife was kidnapped by deputies. By Matt Agorist, August 20, 2018. Clayton County, GA. In the land of the free, practicing democracy is often futile and even more often, highly corrupt. Illustrating the corrupt nature of this process is a case out of Georgia in which a sheriff with a history of alleged criminal activity is accused of harassing, intimidating, and even arresting innocent people who challenge his authority. On August 10, Robert Hawes, a former deputy with the Clayton County Sheriff's Department, announced that he would be running against the incumbent Sheriff Victor Hill. Days later, police would be in his home, kidnapping his wife. This sounds like an effort to intimidate a potential political opponent, which is in my mind, not an appropriate use of law enforcement powers. Harvey Newman, Professor Emeritus at the Andrew Young School of Policy Studies at Georgia State University, told AJC. We want people to feel able to speak truth to power. But this appears to be an effort to, if not silence that, to at least intimidate it. After Hawes announced his desires to seek Hill's job, Hawes says that's when Hill went on the offensive, sending out emails disparaged Hawes' sons, accusing them of stealing their father's department-issued gun in 2014 and selling it at a pawn shop. Hawes said the accusation is untrue. I bet you if we did an open records request of the emails that came from the sheriff, there would be some nasty threats from him, he said. The only reason he is doing what he is doing is because I said I was running for sheriff. When they heard of the false claims against Garrett Hawes, Robert's wife, emailed the sheriff and said, "Where there is love, fear cannot exist." For this, deputies were sent to their home to arrest Garrett for making threats to the sheriff. All this comes after I made the announcement I was running for sheriff, Robert said. She responded because she thinks he is trying to place fear into us. As the AJC reports, Hill has an extremely corrupt and checkered past. Hill has been the leader of the Clayton Sheriff's Office since 2013, his second go-round in the top job after running the department from 2005 to 2008. When the seat was up for re-election in 2016, he received 63% of the vote in the Democratic primary. Over the years, however, detractors have described his behavior as everything from reckless to criminal. When he first took office in 2005, he immediately fired 27 employees, placing snipers on the sheriff's department roof as they were escorted out. In 2012, he was accused of several counts of racketeering, theft by taking and making false statements, though he would later be acquitted of all charges. In 2015, he accidentally shot a female friend while demonstrating police tactics during a date. And last year, his law enforcement certification was put on probation for 2 years by the Georgia Peace Officer Standards and Training Council.
Okay. Come on, y'all, let's
This
get
year,
it.
he has been linked to Mitzi Bickers, a Clayton Sheriff's chaplain who was indicted in April in connection to the bribery scandal at Atlanta City Hall. Charges against her include witness tampering, wire fraud and money laundering. Rodney Williams, a former Clayton Sheriff's Office chaplain, experienced a similar fate to Garrett after he emailed the sheriff, noting his evil agenda. After the email, Hill took out a warrant for Williams' arrest as well. Williams told AJC that he could predict Garrett's arrest after her husband's announcement, as this is the sheriff's normal tactic. "I saw it coming, that's just how he operates," said Williams, who was at the courthouse Thursday to support Garrett Hawes. "You give him a little bit of bait, the snake will stick his head out because he does not have any self-control. That's just what he does." Indeed, as the video shows, the sheriff will have his minions allegedly silence anyone who attempts to dethrone him. Spread the love.
Hey Facebook, just letting you know, since I announced that I was running for sheriff, the The sheriffs have, Sheriff Victor Hill has been harassing us. So now they're locking my wife up for harassing emails because she sent the email telling him blessings. So this is what they're doing now at the sheriff's office. That's why we need new leadership at the sheriff's office. Let's get new leadership at the sheriff's office, please, guys. Harassing communications because she said blessings and love. That's what the emails say. So now they're locking my wife up because I announced that I was running for sheriff. They locking her up for harassing communications. She sent the email saying blessings and love. He got offended. So now they're locking my wife up because I said that I was running for sheriff for 2020. This is the kind of things that we need to get rid of in the sheriff's office. The law is not our personal tool. It's not our personal tool to use because you're pissed off and mad. The Sheriff Victor Hill is using the law as his personal tool. Vote Robert Halls 2020. Vote Robert Halls 2020, guys.
Hey, y'all.
What did you say on the email, babe?
I said,
where there
love
is
is key. Where there is love, fear cannot exist.
Oh, okay.
Come on, y'all. Let's get it.
Because I announced that I was running for sheriff. Because Robert Halls announced he was running for sheriff. Now my wife is going to jail for harassing phone calls.
Hey, go ahead now. Hang out right here. We gonna make a walk over there.
Let's get rid of this, Clayton County. The law is not our personal tool. The law is not our personal tool.
Get my phone. Come on, JD. Come outside.
Clayton County, let's get rid of this. The law is not our personal tool.
Are we on Facebook?
Victor Hill believes the law is his personal tool.
We're recording?
Victor Hill thinks the law is his personal tool to use whenever he is pissed off. I am still running for sheriff, Victor Hill.
Jaden, do you see me?
Because she sent the email saying that where there is love, where there is love, there is no fear. That was the email, guys.
Anybody streaming? Anybody on Facebook Live?
There's people watching.
Okay. Let's go viral, y'all. Let's go viral.
I've been a cop in law enforcement for 30 years, guys. Never seen nothing like this leadership here.
I started We Are Clayton magazine. I am a pillar in the community, businesswoman of the year. Victor Hill don't want to see my family happy. My husband is the king. Everybody knows how we love each other. Everybody knows that we are the one. Something is wrong with Victor Hill. This is not right. It's wrong. This is wrong because I said where there is love, fear cannot exist. And shame on Clayton County. Shame on Clayton County.
I'm still running for sheriff, Victor Hill. I'm still running for sheriff. We gonna get rid of this personal vendetta stuff where people use the law for their personal vendettas. That's not what the law is for. The law is not for us to use for personal vendettas. The law is not for us to use for our personal vendettas. Robert Halls for sheriff 2020. Let's get rid of all of this personal vendetta stuff. Love you guys. I gotta go bail my wife out for harassing communication because she sent the email. Love you guys.
Police use who may want to retaliate against him physically.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full time doing this. Thanks.